Yeah, guys, so it's yet another episode of Suit Yourself on Menswear podcast, but this episode is more about us because we like the attention. So in last episode, we were talking about our pre-Sweden part of our
Yeah,
life.
and we just landed to Sweden basically at the
You
end of the.
drove.
Yeah, I drove, and I mean, you say we like the attention. I'm like, for me, it's like not an easy exercise. It's like I don't really like to talk about myself, to be honest. So it's more stressful than talking about clothes.
But yeah, I was also thinking that we should also say what we wear.
Clothes.
Exactly. But what are you wearing today?
So I'm wearing. So this is a tall jacket. This comes from a brand called Champ de Manœuvre, which is a French brand based in in Toulouse, south of France. They are making very cool stuff for a very good price. I was very impressed back then because a lot of the things were made in France actually. I'm wearing AW Bauer, the Bespoke Atelier shirt, trousers from Blue Giallo, belt from Blue Giallo, socks from our friend Clea.
Are those cotton or cashmere?
No, they are the socks. You mean? No, they are wool from Mazarin. This is so it's from Mes Chaussettes Rouges. And Claire, our friend, has been working a bit with them on the PR side, I believe. And those are the resistant, like super solid branch from Mazarin. Very nice wool socks. And the shoes are coming from Loke. I got a nice deal.
Exactly.
How about you? I'm seeing those boots. We talked about them before.
Cowboy boots. Yes, guys. I'm wearing those cowboy boots from Le Fatung.
Yeah.
It's a Swedish brand since we are sitting in Skoaktibolaget. Skoaktibolaget. In Swedish, it means just shoe limited, something like that. Those were made to order.
There's a knife hidden in the at the tip of it, right? When you do this, up there's a knife.
Yeah, and I mean, what am I wearing? Those shoes actually gave me some issues at the last winter. Pity I couldn't take them off.
Is this still the case? Or?
No. I bought this special wooden thing to take off boots. Yeah, but I'm wearing also Levi's 568s, a bit tailored. A lot of people are actually asking me what those trousers are.
Yeah.
And because maybe if they checked the 568s, they were a bit loose on the bottom, but I make them a little bit more tapered. At the tailor, silver ostrich belt. Vintage Western or like maybe American Apache shirt or something like that, and a wife beater, white wife beater, cream wife beater, and I also had in last episode
wife beater,
and I also had in the last episode this jungle jacket from Ralph Lauren.
Yeah, the watch also.
Yes, the watch is it's a French company. But the watch is with Swiss-made. Yeah, exactly. It's Swiss-made, so the mechanism is Swiss. It's automatic. Serica watch. Yeah. Oh, I love it.
It's
just the shape. It's oval. The brass collar underneath the arrows. I don't know even how to
I have all the
say
terms
all those
in French, so that
same,
won't help.
Same. We need to check all the terms in English, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And the grain brown leather belt also. It's a bit maybe not so. It's a bit feminine watch also.
Yeah, can be, but I would say that also gives a very 50s vibe,
Exactly.
thanks to that, because male watch looked way more feminine back then. So that's very cool, actually. Very nice. Yeah, that's our outfits, guys.
So, guys, we landed in Sweden. So time for jingle.
I'm still, I'm still pushing to have those font sounds. We'll get them, guys, if you help me push it with me.
Yeah, you can vote.
Vote to have font sounds. All right, but yeah, last time I ended up in Sweden, but now it's your time. How did you arrive in Sweden?
So the plan, I met a girl then on Instagram, and we talked for a while. I was back then Ryanair just opened their flights to Sweden for Warsaw, so I paid around wait 18 zloty, no 36 zloty per flight. So
How do you
it
say
was
it's zloty, no?
zloty. So
Zloty?
it's around less than 100 crowns, so less than 10
Jesus,
euros.
10 euros, what?
For a flight, for two flights. Yeah.
I don't think they were making money out of those
No.
tickets.
They just opened the destination.
Yeah.
So I was there every second week. Then Martina, it's the name of my ex-wife. She lived in Stockholm. She worked in finance. So I was pretty often, and we decided that we want to live together. But we decided that she gonna move to Warsaw.
Okay.
So she moved to Warsaw. We lived there for 4 years. She also worked in finance back then with Swedish and Polish because she speaks Polish. But her knowledge of Swedish language, she's native in Swedish. She used it. So she worked for some finance companies, Accenture, Colgate.
But how did you start talking Swedish? Did you start before? Did you learn at school?
No. I just took lessons. I had a private teacher.
Okay.
So I wanted to, since she spoke Polish, but she used Swedish with her parents, and she used Swedish with her friends. Okay. So I wanted to know what they are talking about, and I thought that it's also very important to get to know your partner's language, because then you can understand on another level this person.
That's true.
And I never thought that we're gonna move to Sweden, maybe for a while to just check it out. But I wanted to understand. So I met her in 2013. I already directly started to get lessons.
Oh, okay. That's
so
nice.
I already knew Swedish when I moved to Sweden, and everyone was just shocked, how I can even speak Swedish, because it's not a popular language. It's just 10 million people talking Swedish in the whole world. So it's not that popular. It's weird even to know this language. But I never used it because I never spoke with my ex-wife in Swedish because I was just too shy.
Really?
So we spoke Polish, and with her friends mostly actually English.
But how were you so good in English as well? Because it was not given to talk English necessarily. I mean, in France, for example, people were quite bad with English.
Yeah, I mean, I watched Cartoon Network when I was a kid in English.
In English,
and I didn't have lessons, so I already when
was it Johnny Bravo?
Yeah, exactly. Scooby Doo, Cow and Chicken, and Dastardly and Muttley. And I already knew English when I started to get English lessons.
Okay, yeah.
So
but you were good with languages because...
I don't know, I'm learning French and it goes slowly. But I'm not practicing that much.
Yeah, I mean, you need to... Yeah, it's dedication to learn French. It's very difficult.
It's going slowly, but it's going forward in any case. So I have the knowledge. I just need to practice the words. So she moved to Warsaw. I was a personal trainer, but then it was really bad between each other. I was not a great husband, and I met somebody else, and the reason that I went to Sweden, she wanted to leave me, and she just said that we can start again, but I want to be with my parents. If you're okay with that, we can try, but if not, we're just gonna get divorced.
Okay.
So the reason I'm in Sweden is usually it's just infidelity. Yeah, I was not great, but yeah, it's a past. So I'm not there anymore. It's
Yeah.
hard to talk about it, and when people ask why you're divorced, so yeah, because I was an asshole. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's exactly why I said it's stressful to talk about those things, because we went through shit in our life, and talking about it is like it's not so
Yeah, but
pleasant,
we are
right?
just humans. A lot of people are judging and they are not even better than us. And I can talk about it. I know that I'm not there anymore and like why
Yeah, yeah.
my whole life should be just based on this one thing.
Yeah, yeah,
I
but
mean
it's part of growing also.
I shouldn't do that, but yeah, like everything in life it's because of some reason.
Yeah, 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 that's true.
Even being an asshole. Yeah. So we decided to move to Sweden. She wanted to be closer to her parents. That was also very hard for me to be close to somebody else's parents, especially because they judge me already and her family. So I moved to this small town. We planned to live 1 year there and save money and buy an apartment somewhere else. But we couldn't live with her parents. It didn't work out. So we rented out an apartment and I couldn't find a job. I think 2 months I was unemployed. I was looking for something, and then her dad, so my ex father-in-law, get me a job under his company. I was powder coating aluminum profiles.
Okay.
Totally something different.
Yeah.
Small town, not so much, so many jobs for immigrants, not
Yeah.
so many office jobs for immigrants, especially. So I spent there 4 years. Man, in small town, couldn't be myself
Yeah.
without any friends because
With closing also not easy
usually
to.
I recorded a lot of YouTube videos for my Polish YouTube channel,
Okay.
and I started a podcast about menswear also. My first podcast, Pan Grono o stylu, Mr. Grono about style in Polish. It's still on. It's not active anymore, but maybe I will get back to it because it's actually pretty nice to record just audio podcast in my own language also.
Yeah.
It's just easier. And I was training, I was working, not so many people in our age, single, usually with kids. So
Yeah.
it was hard even to spend time because I was just spending time with her family and her friends. So I didn't have anyone. So
Yeah, exactly. You don't have your own crowd.
and after 4 years, we decided to split because I met somebody else. I just felt so alone there, and I met somebody else, and I was done with that. I should just finish it, but it's sometimes, as you know, you're in a different country. You think you don't know if you're gonna manage to be alone.
Yeah.
So sometimes you are just so comfortable with this bad situation you don't want to finish it, and I think that I sabotaged this relationship just to get out of this relationship.
Get out of it.
I shouldn't do this like this because I hurt one person. So she left we divorced in 2020, and in Sweden divorce took us one day. Via email. Even you use an app, just confirm. And we were divorced. We got the decision on email,
Jesus.
and and then we lived 1 year together because it was Corona back then.
Oh shit.
Struck.
Wrong time.
So we were 1 year even together. But she bought an apartment. She moved out to Malmö. Took the cat, and I started dating them. And and I met somebody I think in June. I met Sandra that lived in Saltsjöbaden, close to Stockholm. I'm in Stockholm.
Yeah.
And I moved. After 3 months, I was also every second weekend or almost every weekend in Stockholm.
Again, the long distance.
It was 5 hours, really pretty cool. Like driving a car in Sweden is very chill.
Yeah, it's a bit too chill.
Sometimes it is, but you can listen. I like to listen to music, to podcasts, and I also had BMW. It was pretty cool to drive BMW. Maybe a lot of stereotypes about BMW, but it was really cool.
In motorcycle, they don't say I to the others.
Yeah. I also had an American car, Cadillac STS.
That's cool on the paper, but to drive, it's like
no.
hell.
I just had it I had it just 1 month because it was leaking.
Jesus.
It was leaking transition fluid, oil, with this North Star engine that is so bad that I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But I sold it after 1 month. I was very lucky because I wanted to leave it at one place that pay you just 50% of the worth of the car.
Yeah.
But one day before, some Swedish old guy called me that, I had a car like that. I want to have it again. Wow.
Yeah, in Sweden, they are into those cars.
Yeah,
right?
American cars.
Yeah, that's very funny.
That was a car from 2000, I think. So it wasn't that old, or 2001.
Okay. Ah, okay.
Yeah, but...
It was not like an old one.
No,
not
like a young timer.
Yeah, exactly. That's cool.
Like this, like square-ish.
Yeah. I've seen it.
Yeah. But, it was very fast, 304 brake horsepower.
That much?
Yeah.
For this box? For this brick?
Yeah, but the chassis was so bad, I was scared to drive it.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It was so soft.
Yeah.
And everything was just wrong with this car. And when you press the gas pedal, you could see that the petrol was just going down
before your eyes.
Yeah. So then I sold it and I bought this BMW diesel that was so cheap and no problems. Yeah. So different car. Because the traveling trip to Stockholm, I think I pay like 2,000 crowns for the petrol.
Wow. Yeah, but that's not far from what I'm paying with my car because I have a Mercedes ML 320, which is a very nice car, but it's like draining gas, and that it was costing me a lot back then. So drove to Örebro, and that's where we left. And when I arrived, so keep in mind that I'm coming from south of France. I'm from Normandy, so I'm used to bad weather. But I'm coming from south of France, where I've been living for almost 20 years, and I arrived in winter times in Sweden, so it's always dark in the forest, and I'm not really arriving in the way I thought. I'm alone. I have no girlfriend really, or it's on and off, and I.
But why you did that? What was the reason?
Because I was a fool. I think I was. I absolutely needed something to happen in my life. I couldn't go on with what was going on.
You just wanted to change the environment.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to. That's why I left everything behind, basically, because I really needed a change, and I really needed my life to go forward in some direction. And also, I was in love, so I was thinking, okay, let's do it. But the thing is, I was really a fool at the end of the day because there was too many things that couldn't work. And you said that you've been unfaithful, and me, that's the other way around. She was unfaithful. So that's how you realize that. I mean, it's good to be a fool sometimes because you do things and you go forward. But it's about being, when you are...
So you did that for the plot?
Exactly.
Like me right now, just entertaining my friends.
Yeah, exactly. It's like there was some... no, but sometimes you take decisions. And to be honest, for me, it's my responsibility. I took some decisions. They brought me there. And I knew things and I still did things because I wanted to do them, and I'm not blaming anyone. I was conscious of my choices, and I would probably make them again, even if I know that it brought me to hell. But I
no,
needed
hell doesn't exist.
Yeah, I mean, on planet Earth, it does exist. I mean, but yeah, I went there and I was like super depressed because of those things not going well in the sentimental side, and also because I was like I was supposed to remake my life and I wanted to dedicate my life to cinema back then. And I arrived in this industry in Sweden. I know no one there, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna write a film. So I'm writing a film right away on the situation. I came to Sweden with some films that I already wrote that I sent to some producers, and some of them said, "Yeah, it's interesting. There's something," but
Swedish producer.
Yeah. But they were like, "We are just out of COVID, so we have a lot of things on our plate. It's difficult right now. Maybe let's wait 1 year." And I'm like, I cannot wait 1 year. I'm already living on my on the money that I could gather or that I could keep from my previous job. So it's now or never.
Your savings.
Yeah, and basically living on my savings. And so I was like, I need this thing now. And the only thing that I could do is to self-produce it. So I did something that is stupid, not decision. I decided to take all my savings and to put them into this movie that I wrote. I started financing it. So I was living in Örebro. I was doing some casting on actors in Stockholm.
But were you working there?
No, I was not working.
Why Örebro then?
Because it's the only place where I could go. I had nothing. I was just a French guy coming with no job. I had no special connection to Sweden. So to find a place to live with coming from nowhere, it's not easy.
Yeah.
And I couldn't find something that is too expensive either. So Örebro was one of the only places. And also I jumped in within 2 weeks or so. So I needed to find something fast, quick, people that were open-minded enough to accept me as a tenant. So it was a lot of things, and Örebro was the only place where I could land that was the closest to Stockholm, basically. So I did some casting for some actors in Stockholm, and I could gather a crowd. So that's funny because people were quite intrigued by my background. They were like, what is this French dude doing here? And so they were intrigued by just my profile.
Same me in that small town.
Exactly. Right. But in the art environment, that's some kind of a plus, you know. Some
so
people,
exotic guy.
Yeah, exactly.
France.
French guy, you know. It's all about the romanticism around this. So a lot of very good actors got interested in what I was doing.
It's not the same with Polish people in Sweden. It's not so exotic. It's not so fancy.
I got a lot of doors being open to me, or people being like, let's see what this guy has to say, just because I'm French.
Exactly.
That's for sure. And that's also a reason why I was so happy, and that's why I stayed in Sweden, because in France, all the doors are closed. They don't give a damn that you are coming from France. They are not very... France is not gentle with their own country people, actually. They are not really giving chance to people. You know, it's not like an entrepreneur country. But in Sweden, people are a bit more open-minded. So if you have some kind of background, if you are coming from somewhere, they're like, okay, let's listen at least. And then I got a lot of opportunities thanks to that. And I'm making my casting, gathering a very cool team. We are so I'm arriving on winter, and I decided that next summer I'm gonna shoot it. So we start shooting. 1 week of intense shooting. At that time, I'm going back with this girl I came for, and I'm like, yeah, maybe things are going my way. I'm shooting my first film. I'm gathering a very good crowd of professionals that are working with me. And yeah, maybe it was I was right to do this. I was right to try to push and to keep doing my stuff. We shoot the movie in 1 week, very intense. We are super happy about it. And I'm like taking a pause of a week after. And what happened is that 1 week after, I'm going back to my hard drive to start editing, and the hard drive doesn't work.
Was this SSD? No.
It was those cheap hard drives because I was broke. And so I'm like, what the fuck?
You cannot afford cheap hard drives.
No. So long story short, all the movie was gone because all the hard drives were destroyed for some reason that we could never explain. So at that time, what happened is that my movie was gone.
Did you cry then?
No, I was under that. I was just dead inside. I was like, to be honest, it was one of the darkest time in my life. I had no reason to live anymore. I have lost everything at that time because I lost my hard drive with all my movie. It was all my savings that I put into this, so I had no money anymore. I broke up with my girlfriend, but for good. This time it was like, there's no turning back from this. And yeah, I was about to be kicked out also of the place I was living in. So I was like, what? I have nothing anymore to wake up in the morning, basically. And I don't know.
Did you recover that video?
Yeah, partially. So actually, so I wake up one good morning, and I don't know after drinking too much the day before and thinking, okay, that's my last evening. And I wake up the next day, and I'm thinking, for some reason, this thought, I don't know where it's coming from. Yeah, maybe I have something to fight for. Maybe I should try to revive this movie somehow. I need to try and save it. I will find money one way or another. I always found money before. I will do it again. And yeah, so I decide. We had a few images left on the SSD that was on the camera. So I'm gathering some images. I'm starting running a crowdfunding campaign, and I'm like, that's what is gonna keep me living up. You know, I have always been a fighter, so that's my reason to fight for my life. I'm gonna save this movie one way or another. And so we did it. For 1 month, I started making a Kickstarter campaign. A lot of people got interested in what we were doing in trying to save this movie that was crazy from the start. We even had a producer in New York that got interested in what we're doing, so she helped us finishing the backup of the project. We could save part of the data. Basically, we had to pay a company to try to recover as much as possible. They recovered like 80% of the film, and the 20% that was left, we had to reshoot it. And we had a bit of money to pay a music maker also. That became a very good friend. And we saved the movie.
You could actually make a movie from this.
That's most of people were saying that the story behind the film is crazier than the film itself. Although the film is quite autobiographic because it's also talking about all those things, and in the movie, a lot of things I'm talking in the movie happened to me after. So I was like feeling that all those things were going to happen to me. So yeah, we could finish the movie. We could send it to festival all around the world, and it got a lot of prize for the first-time director and this type of things. And so basically, we could turn this kind of catastrophe into something meaningful, and the story behind the movie also brought something. And I think that at the end of the day, it really made me grow as a person, as an artist also. I mean, what makes you grow as a person definitely makes you grow as an artist, because that's where things are coming from. And it made me more humble in many ways. There is this thing. So many things I started creatively speaking, I went all the way down to make them, but I never showed them to anyone because I was like, I'm perfectionist, so it's not good enough. And I think I realized it was lack of humbleness, because when this movie got destroyed, I had to show something that was destroyed. And then I realized, when you are an artist, it's not for yourself, it's for people. So you need to show more, you need to make things, you need to actually do things for the others. And that's something that is good for anything that you are making in life. You need to do things. When we started this podcast, in the beginning, we started in your room.
Yeah, but I also have experience that I started a lot of things. I wanted to make them perfect,
Yeah.
my blog, my YouTube channel, my something. But then you can wait for your whole life.
Yeah.
For
Perfection doesn't exist.
No.
It's a direction, but it's not a goal.
I still remember when I started my blog about menswear in Warsaw, because I was just tired of this gym bro attire and also the stereotype of a gym bro. I started the blog because my then wife told me that you are a model, so you know how to pose, you look good, so you should also dress well, and you will be different, because a lot of those menswear guys, they are just so slim and they're just so thin, and you could talk about maybe how to dress well when you're more muscular, and actually that was my niche from the beginning. So I started, and people were making laugh of me because my suits were not good, where they were not tailored
Who was
well.
making fun of you, the sartorial crowd or the others?
What?
Who was making fun of you, the sartorial crowd?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the one guy. I still know which one.
We'll find him.
Yeah, we were fighting. I was mad at him, and he knew that. But right now we are talking. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I'm on another level also.
Exactly.
And this guy is actually 50 something, so that's so weird that guys like that
are bullying younger guys.
Yeah. But no, you guys, if you want to start something and you're just waiting for the perfect moment, just start. It's the same with everything. It will be better after a while. Like, this podcast was just sound, and right now 3 cameras, but also like a lot of things. When I started my menswear journey, I was wearing some H&M jackets that I couldn't even button because they were just too small in the waist or here in the chest. So I just wore a vest underneath. So I can leave it open. And I met Luca Rubinacci in that H&M jacket, and then we met at PT Uomo.
What are you wearing? Oh, it's vintage.
Yeah, no, he never asked. Better for me actually. And right now, I don't know. Like I'm not people. Clothes are not perfect on me because I gain weight or something, but I mean, all the journey I made is. I had some pictures in Vogue and in magazines, and just so different. You just guys need to start. Don't wait for the perfect moment.
Yeah.
The perfect moment will never come.
Yeah.
You will die earlier than find the perfect moment.
Exactly. And being in the thing, like sometimes it pushes you and you're against the wall and you don't have a choice to make it work. And it's oftentimes the only way to find solution, and it's I think it goes for a lot of creative things,
I think we both are hustlers, that we were in a very shitty place, and I was in the small town. I met a girl. I moved to Stockholm, and even I got a job in like one menswear store. And after a week of their like school, they were teaching me how to sell their stuff. They fired me because they said that I don't fit the company, and I just moved to Stockholm to a new girl with 20 boxes of my stuff in her like 1-room apartment that all windows were covered, and I resigned from my previous job that I could live, that I could work my whole life actually with that contract. And I just lost my job after 1 week. I needed to sell my car to even pay for rent or something.
Yeah, I that's very true when you say we are hustler, because we have been in. Again, we made some choices, and if we made those choices,
some bad choices as well.
Exactly, but I mean, we made bad choices also because we needed to make them. And I'm not just talking in theory or like it's mystical stuff. It's just, it's a there's this entrepreneur thing. Is like they are like big companies. They are more trustworthy of people that made business and failed them than people that are new. It's not because they are failure. It's because they have the experience. Exactly. So we needed to go through those experiences in order to know, because we had some objectives also in life. So that's why we have been taking some risk. I mean, to make this movie, I had to sell my bike. I have to sell all the stuff that I was left in France. And those things could have been my guarantee just to keep a roof above my head. But I was just using them for my objectives, because in life, either you play it safe and then you wake up one day thinking, what have I done with my life? Or you just hustling and you are just moving forward, and then you look back and say, at least I did that. I did that. I did that, you know? So
a lot of people never experience that that situation, that they needed to find out like how to even get money to pay rent or something.
Yeah. I mean, after this movie, when it was made, I was happy and all, but I had zero. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to use that to work in the film industry. The film industry is one of the roughest. So I got some jobs, and some jobs where I had like 20 guys that I was like the assistant to the director. So I had 20 guys to take care of, to plan for everything, and also like quite difficult job. I wasn't even paid for that. And after a while, I realized, all right, maybe if I take 2 or 3 years, if I had some kind of saving, I could have made it slowly. But I was to the point, either I'm finding a job now, or I'm going back to France, because I have nothing anymore. And 2 months before not having anything to leave, I found a job. And that's how I started working at W. Bauer. And
so we're here.
Yeah, exactly. It's getting closer. So I worked at Bauer because I started reaching out to some companies in Sweden in menswear. And I was reaching to small, I mean, not small, but not very interesting companies. And I always had this idea in my mind, is like, when you want something, just try to reach for the best first. Because if you need to invest so much energy into something, try to reach as high as possible. And if it fails, then you will go lower. So instead of trying to work at H&M, I try to work in the finest places. And I got a job there because the owner of Bauer liked my vision, liked the way I was presenting things. I mean, he liked also my background. And it was like, yeah, let's give it a try. He wanted something new. And I got a job there. And I stayed for around a year before I lost my job.
But what were you doing there?
So I was
also
doing
social media.
Yeah, I was doing a bit of everything. I was taking care of all the shirt aspects. I was making some event. I was a copywriter. I was doing content for them. So I was trying to do as much things as possible to make this company grow, to expand. The problem is that it's almost an institution. Bauer is one of the oldest bespoke company in Scandinavia. And it has a reputation, which is great, but it's a bit like a dinosaur. It's very difficult to make a dinosaur look young or look younger. And at least when you don't have the money behind, you know. So it was a struggle to find cheap ways to move forward. And the companies has always been going all right, but not all right that, I mean, the work that I was making was barely paying for my salary. So some months were very good, and then we were hopeful that this company will grow, and some months were very bad. And I even have been in situations that people were like, they didn't want to talk to me at all. Because they were like, we don't know you, we don't know where you're coming from.
Which people?
Swedish people that were customers of Bauer. They didn't want to talk to me because they were like, I was no one for them. I've been to this tailor for my whole life, my family before. I know this guy, but you, I don't know you. You are just this guy that's coming from nowhere. And some, they told me. I remember this guy telling me, ignoring me, entering the shop and ignoring me. And I'm like, hello. I'm like, yeah, I know who you are. I'm like, okay. How do you
So
know
they
about
wanted to talk to the owner.
Yeah, but I was like, yeah, but maybe I can help you. No, I know who you are, and that's exactly why I'm not gonna talk to you.
Oh,
I was like, okay, that's
harsh.
That's not Swedish.
Yeah, no, it's actually not so Swedish because yeah, I would never say that. But I mean, that's actually an issue when the brand is your name.
Yeah,
When a lot of tailors they need
they
to
are
be
the
the
brand.
face.
Yeah, exactly.
And when they don't want to be the face, they want to just have more private life. The switch is very, very,
Yeah.
very hard to do.
No, exactly. But to be honest, I'm very grateful for the opportunity that Frederick gave me there because I mean, I knew from the beginning that it would be difficult and that there would be some risks, but he took them as much as I did, and he gave me some background that helped me evolve after. So I'm super grateful for what Frederick gave me, and we still left as a friend. But one day when your boss is coming and say, I'm sorry, but it's not going to work out. Now you need to find something else. I'm like, oh shit, yeah. This is it. And luckily I was already in touch with the brand I'm working with right now, Blue Jello. And they were also expanding. And that's funny because at that time, Blue Jello reached back. And Suit Supply also reached back to me. And basically I was unemployed for a few months, maybe 2 months, and or months. And Blue Jello came to me, Suit Supply came to me, and both of them had very good opportunities to propose to me. And I turned down Suit Supply, and I went to Blue Jello because it was a growing company. It's still a growing company, very much growing. And I thought, yeah, let's.
And now we're here in Stockholm. You're working in Blue Jello.
Yeah, and soon in Oslo as a manager. Yeah. So you see, it was worth it. All this.
my job was very different in the beginning in Stockholm because after one company just fired me after 1 week, they didn't even want me to get to the store and try me as a salesperson. I mean, I think that I just knew too much about menswear to be their salesman because they just wanted to have somebody that they can form to their perfect persona.
Yeah.
Yeah, but right now...
And you are not so young anymore. It's difficult to be like a 20-year-old kid when you have some experience.
Right now I have a collaboration with them. And
I think I know what you are talking about.
On a different, totally different conditions. So...
our table have turned.
Yeah, exactly. They're still looking for new employees, but I guess that working there is not so easy. But my first job in Stockholm was a coffee shop manager, my worst job ever. Even that job in this powder coating company was better because I had really nice colleagues from usually from Middle East, also some Polish, or Balkan, really cool people. That was it was fun. It was hard to work there. It was physical job, but yeah, in Stockholm, long story short, so I was this coffee shop manager on weekends. A lot of people, because in coffee shops, there are usually young people working. Yeah. And when the weather is bad, they usually just get sick. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, they call sick, like, oh yeah, of course. So what can you do? I got anxious. Every Saturday I couldn't sleep because 5 a.m. they wrote me an SMS or called me that they are sick. That when the weather was nice, it was always like that. And one day even 2 persons called me sick, so I needed to close the store.
But that's funny because for where we are coming from, like you're sick, you still go to work. But if you do this in Sweden, it's the other way around. People will look at you like you are not responsible. And I could feel it, going to work when you are sick. I was like this. I've been sick for 2 weeks. And some days I was sick like a dog and I'm like, I'm going to hustle, I'm still going to work. But people are looking at you like, what are you doing? Don't come to work.
What are you doing? You live in Sweden. No, in Poland it's like, okay, you're sick, but did you die?
Exactly.
How sick are you? Mhm. Even my clients, when I was a personal trainer, they were sick and they still came to the training and like, dude, you need to rest right now. Maybe we can take a coffee or something. We can just talk or something. You can stretch, but you cannot train like this. You will
Yes, I
get
can.
worse.
I can.
Yeah, yeah, because they wanted just to keep their shape in shape, their
Yeah,
body
yeah.
in shape. But yeah, so that was my first job. 10 months.
Mm.
10 months too long, and then I got my first finance job. So
But
without experience,
how did
I
you? Yeah, exactly. How did you do this switch? Because you are.
yeah, I forgot that I was studying also when I was 30. I started finance and accounting.
Yeah,
So I
right.
studied every second weekend, because in Poland you can study on weekends. So I finished another. I have bachelor in finance and accounting.
Yeah, you have studied so many different direction.
Yeah, that was an idea of my ex-wife, because she studied finance and accounting. She worked in finance and accounting. But also when I lived in the Sèvres, I started I started a course for a pilot.
Yeah.
So the idea was that I would become a pilot, and then with my wife, then we will move to another maybe city, another country, maybe to Denmark, that I can start to work as a pilot. But I mean, it was hard, and Corona also.
Yeah.
So I didn't make it. I tried to do it later also, but my partner was. I had some relationship issues, so I just paused it. And right now I want to go back, because actually finance, that's not what I want to do. I mean, it's okay. I can do that, but I would really like to finish this pilot course. So
Yeah.
I guess that when I said A, I want to say also B and go straight to Z, and just finish it just for myself. I don't know if I'm gonna work as a pilot, but that would be cool.
Yeah. Yeah, you
Um,
often talking about it. It's like
it's just, you need to have the peace of mind.
yeah.
And recently, I didn't have the peace of mind. I'm working on it, so that would be cool. And my last relationships was a roller coaster, also. I had a hard time after that to recuperate, also emotionally. But right now, I think when I will find some other job, not maybe in finances, maybe in some marketing stuff, or
Yeah.
make more creative. I would like to also go more into that, because I did some things, like podcasts, blogs, my own brand.
Yeah, you have a lot of experience. That
So
also
with
in
like
different areas.
videography, with editing or something, contacts. So maybe I could do something more creative. But still, like, this pilot stuff is very important. I would like to finish it. And right now I'm working in finances. I have 1 month left, so I need to find something. The time is ticking. So still, I don't have the peace of mind yet. We're just working on it. So it's not easy in Stockholm.
Yeah.
And especially not easy when you're an immigrant also, because finance it's a branch that usually just Swedish people work.
Yeah.
Usually. And a lot of girls also. So being a guy in accounting is also something different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So
that's something when you're an immigrant. You get some opportunities, and I mean there are things that are very satisfying in many ways, and also people sometimes they value it just because you're an immigrant, because you're coming from another background, and they value that, so that's very pleasant. But a lot of times it's actually the other way around. It's more
it can be,
difficult.
there are a lot of contrasts. So it can be like this or like that.
Yeah, but we will always wake up in this country and realize that's not our country.
Yeah, yeah.
And that is
Can be
something that I
positive
mean,
and negative.
yeah, exactly. And it's all right, but yeah, it's something to add, and it's an interesting experience.
But it's, otherwise we wouldn't meet here.
Exactly.
Because I guess we met when you wanted to do something for Scolare.
Yeah, it was when I was right after Bauer.
Bauer,
I was in
yeah,
between two
I
jobs.
didn't know that yet, but then I figured that, yeah.
Yeah, I was in between two jobs and I wanted to develop a bit more because I was like, okay, I'm coming from a creative background. I can make more content and I can work with people that are in this area. And then we met basically like this.
Yeah, and in Sweden, French and Polish guy, we are not using our own language recording this podcast. Exactly. So editing the last episode about the loafers, I noticed that sometimes I don't know which language do we actually speak. It's just so gibberish. It's not English. You guys listening to us, I guess that you still understand us.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, but a lot of times I'm also mad at myself because I listen to myself like,
jeez.
Can you articulate?
Exactly, but we are just tired. But I hope that you still enjoy our talk. Yeah, but okay. So we are in the present right now. So I guess that we need to wrap up because we can just talk long about ourselves. But this podcast is about menswear. So this episode was a special episode.
Yeah, about our background, so you guys know a bit more about us and why we are what we are.
Yeah, exactly.
And how we met in the beginning.
So I hope that you enjoyed this episode. Some more stuff. Some things we said. It was very fragile for us.
Yeah, it wasn't comfortable.
No,
I say. I wasn't comfortable.
I'm okay. I already recorded a podcast in Polish about that.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm.
That's the first time I'm talking on the public space about those things like this.
Sometimes it needs to be the first time. Okay, but thank you for today. I promise there will be no episodes about us.
We cannot promise that.
Yeah, maybe
there's too much stuff coming. I mean,
maybe just intros.
Come on.
Intros. Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you, and see you later. Bye.
And put some comments and share, and also follow us and do all the stuff.
Yeah.
Give us some love.
Yeah. Bye.
Ciao, guys.